without having Thea teach us some important tips on photo editing, which is very essential for all of us right now that we do have our own social medias. And I think that posting pictures also shows a lot about how we're living our lives. So yes, right now we have Thea and she's going to teach us how to edit some photos. So Thea, G ba?
G, I'm very, very G, and I've always wanted to share this to a lot of people because a lot of people have been asking me about how I edit my photos and all that. When I secret, guys, like they say na my photos are really nice or like the quality of the content that I put out there, but it's just sometimes people think that it's easy, it's hard, but it involves a lot of thinking, it involves a lot of creativity. Sometimes it depends on the mood, it actually depends. But me personally, with the content that I put out there, I use my vlogging cam as a camera, and then now my phone, because I have a better phone right now with a better quality. So I only use three apps, but really siya dungan ha. It's either Lightroom, VSCO or Visco, and then Dazcam. So it's an app. Finally, I'm saying it. I've been hiding this for a long time. Tignan kayo nag-ask sa yung application. Secret! But I will show you guys first how I edit on, let's say, Lightroom first. So on Lightroom, this was the app that I use for years already. Did you know that the presets,
yes,
the Lightroom presets. I have a full pack. I bought a pack from a friend. Then I have a pack of like kung sa man nga preset, like filters pa, baga. But me personally, I want my photos before, di ba kay uso man tong mura og daghan kay filters, no, more yellow na kayo tong skin. But now, I'm now aiming for a more natural look. Sometimes if I want to go beyond siguro the film look or the vintage look, it really just depends on me. Depende na depende, no? Yeah, it really just depends. So I'm gonna show you how I edit through Lightroom. So I'm now opening up the Lightroom app, and then I am going to look for a photo. For example, this one photo that I took. Okay, muna na itong sample. So this is the photo, and then sometimes if I feel like it, I'm gonna like i-check na ko first if nindot ba siya na auto settings or if hindi ba okay ang auto settings. Sometimes I just leave it like that. Then since I don't have the presets here, because we have like the presets button and then you choose from the library. I don't have a personal preset because like on my other phone, what I usually just do is adjust the lighting. That's all that I do. Siguro the exposure, I'm just gonna like up it up a bit or down. Siguro with this one, it's already very light, so I'm gonna like tone it down a bit, and then contrast, gamay, ano lang good, and then highlight siguro because it's kind of bright, and then shadows, gamay rasad. It just really depends. So there's a before and there's an after. So yeah, it's gamay education difference actually. And then also, sometimes I just let it, like I just play around with like whites and the blacks, whichever works. But what I usually do is like sometimes I off the tint, like pink vibe, and then tone it down a bit. And just usually just to play with the features, like the vibrance and all that. Like pero gamay ra good, where na siya natural look. But with the phone that I used before, nandun ko yung preset nga film look. So I just put the filter in and then I edit a few. But I don't do that anymore because it's very opaque. It's very before, guys, to be honest, it takes me an hour to edit one picture. So imagine the time that I spend just to edit one photo camera. Oh my God, bakit naman tayo? So, it's time consuming and I value my time so much. So I'm more into like simple na lang. So sometimes I just play around with the reds, like my shoes, like more orange na siya, red, and sometimes I use the preset, no, not the presets. Yeah, presets no, the profiles. It's like Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro. Lightroom also has a lot of presets. Like for example, the Modern series. Like here, Modern 2, Modern 3, And for me, like, all these ones really nice, modern 4. And then sometimes, I think modern 10 is my favorite. This one, I use this one most of the time. The modern series, like, I up it up a bit. And then medyo pinkish naman ang akong skin. So, mubalik ko sa color. I'm gonna tone it up down a bit. So, puti siya, di ba? Puti siya, guys, to be honest. So, if in Ani na case, or look at the difference.
Yes.
Like, mo ang original, and now it's more like night color na yung pop. Like, it's popping up. Yeah, it's better, like, darker ang gawas, and ana. But
I like your
sometimes,
pictures more colorful and vibrant.
yeah, I like my pictures more colorful. Because a lot of people, like influencers, social media content creators, they're more saturated, di ba? Like,
Yes.
a lot of people, like, for example, ako ban kay more yellow, more green, or purplish, or black and white even. For me, I like it more, mas vibrant, kung ang very colorful. So, that's Lightroom for me. Like, I just play around with the presets and all that. However, I stopped doing that because it's very time consuming. I love Lightroom because you can actually adjust everything from the shadows, to the contrast, highlights, stuff. I know a lot of you guys use this too, but I'm done with that, so I'm gonna exit that app. We're gonna go to VSEO. We're gonna go there, and we're going to select the same exact photo that I did, that I edited on Lightroom, and I'm gonna show you how I edit it if I edit it through VSEO. So there's this exact same photo, this one. Okay, so I'm gonna edit this. Usually, I just use certain filters like C6, datong direction na siya, C7, C8, or C3, I like C3, and also Q5, I like Q5 as well. Where's Q5? Yeah, Q5, this one, but it's, I don't know, Q5 and Q8. But for me, like, oh, it's too bright, it's too unknown. Let's just try to use Q8 because this one looks nice. However, it's too bright, so I'm gonna tone it down a bit. We're gonna film vintage vibes. And then, siguro I'm gonna sharpen a bit also, and then not full the eye camera go in I'm just always just playing around with what is here. So there's a difference, like the before and the after. Sometimes I play around with the tone, like for example, I'm gonna put highlights para hindi siya landag. And then sometimes white balance as well to tone it to like more pinkish, more yellowish vibe. I like the pinkish one. And then like temperature, I don't know. It's just basically like that.
Yes.
So there's the before and the after, and I'm done. Like, wala yung arte guys, diretso lang eh. Unlike the Lightroom na like 1 hour, but this one I'm pretty okay with this. And then the last app that I'm going to show you is like one of my recent favorites. I just found about this now, and it's called Dazcam. It's available on iPhone. I'm gonna choose the same photo. Okay, I'm gonna choose the same photo as what I did. And ako ito siyang gigawas, and then ano siya? It's already here. Like, I like this a lot because I don't have the option to edit. Like for example, this one, I'm gonna choose like this photo. This one. It's gonna edit for itself. So if I choose it like that, it's nice. It looks really nice. And I don't have any other option like, I think it's lighter, it's brighter. No, I don't have the time to do that because I don't have any option to do that. Or maybe there is, I just don't know how. But I like it that way because it's easier for me to navigate. Like, one picture, it looks nice. Okay, I'm gonna post it like this. So just recently I found it. It's very convenient because my time is very, very precious. I'm a very busy person. I do a lot of things, so it's very okay. But there's a secret that I always would like to say. I suggest you do you. Whatever you want to put out there, just go upload it. If you want to write about it, go do it. If you want to try creating content, just start with what you can, with what you have, and with wherever you are. Like for example, you don't need to buy a brilliant camera. If you don't need to buy an iPhone. If you have a phone, if you have apps, even if you don't edit it, if you just want to put content out there, mas pa the dark ones, you just like expose it a bit, up the brightness, sharpen it a bit. That's it. Like, just do you, you know. I do me, you do you. Like,
yes, so that's it for Thea teaches us how to edit photos. We are going to give Thea an opportunity also to say some final words which will inspire every one of us na tuntanan diri karon. So, Thea, I just want to ask you this very simple question. What is your message to everyone out there that's inspiring to be someone like you or in the future enter chase passion over practicality or someone who likes to be out there and exposed through social media. So what's your advice?
So you want to follow the pursuit of whatever it is that your heart desires, go do it. Because YOLO!
You only live once.
Simple kayo naman. Guys, YOLO! Yeah, that's basically my life mantra. You only live once and, well, you live every day, but you only have one life to live. So, you do you, because you only live once.
Round of applause, please. Opportunity to have you here at the SNE Live Talks. We're
Thank
so
you
humbled
so
by your
much.
presence. And of course, I know that every one of us who's watching this gets to be inspired by this amazing woman right here. So keep thriving. And every one of us kanang nagtanaw diha. I hope that you're having a good day and that we have inspired you for this afternoon's SNE Live Talks. This is the Iron Free Thea, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye!
Bye! See ya!